Hello. So I kind of wanted to talk about, how this New Zealand thing kind of came about, right? Because it's a funny story. I had a coworker ask me, or a friend ask me, what am I going to New Zealand to do? And I was like, meet up with some South African friends and cook South African food. Sounds odd, right? Like, piecing that together. But, so I met Ray through some mutual friends, through music. And we got to talking about food. He's a great supporter of cooking from the loft and always gives me good shout outs and things like that. So we got to talking about South African food, and he mentioned a braai, and I was like, I have always wanted to experience that. And he was like, it'd be great if you came down. And I'm like, well, I just might, and here I am. So so these guys have been amazing with their hospitality, and I can't thank Ray and Tracy enough for bringing me in and showing me this. Part of their world. They came to New Zealand in 2014 and, made a life here, a very beautiful one, I might add. So what you're about to see is, like so many cookouts anywhere in the world, grilling, people having a great time, puttering in the kitchen, making side dishes, managing the fire, talking shit, that type of thing. So I hope you enjoy this.
That's going to be hot as.
Yeah,
you want me to put that back there?
That's a South African thing right there. Dude.
I mean, that is just jury rigged right there.
Yep.
That's a good word. Yep. You go, what works?
A boer maak 'n plan.
The Boerewors plan.
Now she's hot. Now she's hot. Those coals are hot.
Yeah, they are.
For all my Zulu watchers here, it's like Shisanyama.
From Durban, I like that. From Durban.
Shisanyama.
I like that.
Okay, we are doing a cheese. We'll have another beer, baby. Potato bake. Potato bake. And you've cooked these potatoes to fork tender.
That's correct.
And you are trying to slice them while they are extremely hot.
Yes, they are boiling. And I've prepped the bowl with just some butter so we can have it sticking.
And flavor.
And there's some salt in.
The water.
We pre-boiled it obviously with some salt. And I'm basically just going to layer it now.
So how many potatoes would you say you've got in there?
I'll probably work on about 2 potatoes per person.
Okay.
But I'll probably put a bit more in there. And we're literally just going to layer it.
That smells so good. Cooked potatoes.
These are just
With the salt.
inside.
Yes, you have some snacks.
And the oven is on at 180.
Okay. 180 Celsius for the oven.
And we put it in for about 30 minutes just so the sauce cooks through, the cheese melts and gets nice and crispy on top. And then it's actually better to leave it for about half an hour or so before you even, or you can even do it in the morning, warm it up at night. It just pulls in all those flavors.
Yeah.
Because obviously I haven't cook the potatoes. A lot of people do it from raw.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's probably at least
Then
hour and a half, 2 hours in the
yeah,
oven.
it takes
probably.
longer, and I just feel like it can dry out.
Yes,
Then
sure.
You need to cover it then. Can't put your cheese on immediately. I just feel it takes longer.
That's how I do it.
Oh, you do it from raw?
From raw, and then I have to bake it with the tin foil.
Tin foil over it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
About 1.5 to 2 hours until it's soft.
Yeah.
And I take it off, and then I grill the cheese.
Yeah. I just feel it's easier. I know my potatoes are cooked. I don't have to stress about it.
That's a great technique, actually.
It just makes it just easier for me. And then we just take.
Do you want to just film the...
Where's our pan? So I usually do 300 of cream.
Okay.
But because we're a lot of more people than normally, oh my goodness, and now I can't get this
I'm
open.
give it a try. I'm never good at this shit.
I think my hands up to wait.
There we go.
There we go. So we just take, I'm going to put all 500 ml of cream in.
All right, so it's going to run about 2 cups there.
Yep.
Right.
And then I normally just do 1 packet of 3 cheeses. You get the garlic flavor. There's a lot of potato bake flavors.
Okay.
And I always do mushroom.
Okay. Let me just get a shot of these in here. So we got that. And Maggie is a South African brand, isn't it? Isn't that South African?
No.
I've seen it in international markets. I was just curious as to where that was from.
Yeah. So usually I'll do 1 of each for 300 ml. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 of the 3 cheeses in.
Okay.
And I'm going to do half of the mushroom just because I've got 500.
Okay.
Just to make sure I've got enough taste and flavor in there. That it doesn't dilute too much with the cream. And it's really easy. I'm just going to blend it through. We'll do about half of our mushroom. I think that's okay. We're just going to
Mix to incorporate that.
Yes. Oh, and try not to mess half of it out. Should probably use the bigger bowl. Oh God.
It'll be fine.
Just mix that through. I hope it's enough for.
I think so.
I usually use a Corningware dish that's a bit more layered up, but I think this should be fine. And we'll need our tasty cheese. Where did you put that in the fridge too? Okay. I think.
Nice and thick.
Good.
So once we've mixed it through, we're literally just gonna cover it. Might have needed a bit more. It's okay.
There's some extra cream in there too.
Is there?
Oh no, maybe not. Just use milk.
Yeah, you could use milk.
Yeah, we can use milk. That's all mozzarella. Where's my?
Just stash all the cheese on the side.
Yeah, I see. Oh, there we go. Might use a bit of milk. So we just use some tasty cheese. We can
So
do some
just-
mozzarella. I might just put a little bit.
So tasty would be like a quite strong cheese. So
Yeah.
probably
Okay.
a Gouda,
Okay.
probably a Gouda cheddar kind
Okay.
of cheese. So it's slightly stronger than the normal.
Like a mozzarella.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely stronger.
Okay. So I'm
You can have a
putting.
taste and check the
Okay.
profile.
So I've just added some milk now because our dish are quite flat, and I've added the rest of the mushroom sauce. It just depends on how much
Yeah, I mean,
potatoes
you need a
you've got. Just so you just want it a little bit more covered.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. I just don't want it to be dry. And then all we can do is,
Top
I mean,
it
you
with
can
the
put
tasty. Any kind of cheese
any
works
cheese
great
that
on
you
this
prefer,
stuff,
yeah.
really.
You can put your mozzarella, your tasty cheese, I don't know, whatever you fancy. And you're just going to cover it. Because that's the best part.
So it's an easy peasy kind of potato gratin. I love it.
Very, very straightforward and easy. And the idea is that the top gets nice and crispy and thick. And you put that at 180
Okay.
for about half an hour, just so the sauce can cook through.
Yeah, and the cheese kind of browns and
Cheese
bubbles,
melts,
right?
yeah. Bubbles. That's it.
All right, we'll check it when it comes out for sure.
Perfect.
All right. And Kitty Boo here is assisting with boiling 1 pound of pasta to package instructions. We are dicing up and chopping a red bell pepper and an onion. And you're using your favorite knife you were telling me about.
These are Victorinoxes.
Okay.
Oops.
I know them well. They're brilliant.
Yes, they are awesome. So I'm just basically going by feel.
Yeah. I think it's the only way to cook. Unless you're baking, like we were talking
as
about.
as we
Then it
said.
has to, the science has to come through. Now, do you find that onions affect you? Does they make you cry?
It depends sometimes. If it's like quite a lot of green on it.
Yeah. I find that people think it's weird, and you do have to be careful, but refrigerating your onions will help you buy some
Oh, really?
time. If you, I guess the cold slows whatever that molecule is
Yeah,
down.
I think you said that on one of your.
Yeah. But you have to kind of wrap them up because you don't want your butter to, you know, and your cheese really to taste like onion. But
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know if I would mind too much if my butter tasted a bit,
No.
you know, savory, right? Now we are putting this together for a cookout we're having tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So this will actually set up overnight and marinate, and perhaps I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah, and then we just add it to the pasta on the day that we're gonna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't actually mix with the pasta. So
Gotcha.
I'm just actually doing the pasta now because I don't want to take up the kitchen tomorrow.
Yeah.
You see, now I've got a little bit of the onion,
Yeah, hitting yeah.
but that's fine. We'll just walk it off.
I'm going to start with 1 can of peaches drained.
Half a can.
Okay.
Just roughly chopped.
So everything, the onions, the peaches, all about the same size.
Yeah, I'd
bite
say.
size, right?
Yeah, because you've got to mix it with the pasta, so you
Right.
don't want great big chunks of stuff. Yep, this one knife does everything. And if I had meat, it would be used on the meat as well.
That's great.
Best thing for tomatoes. Doesn't matter how soft they are,
Yeah. Just goes right through them.
goes right.
And I think, like, I call that a serrated knife. Is perfect for tomatoes.
Yeah.
Because you need something with a little bit of teeth to hit that skin.
Exactly.
It doesn't destroy the flesh once you get in it.
Just giving it a mix through.
Maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
Going on feel. I love that.
You can never have too many.
Now, is it always peaches, or would you perhaps use a mango or something like that? I don't know.
suppose you
Do
could
have
use-
mangoes in South Africa.
Yes. Oh, I haven't tried mango, but I don't see why you couldn't. Because mango and chili powder goes so well.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Even I think pineapple might be a little bit too acidic and not as sweet.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Gonna work on the
Mayonnaise.
dressing, right? Now you're gonna be putting in this bowl here.
So I'd say it's probably going to be about 250 mils. I don't know what that would be
I
for.
can convert that. Beautiful. So about a cup of mayonnaise or so.
Yeah, I'd say.
Or let the spirit guide you. You know.
Yeah, just I'll mix everything together and then I'll see. I'll get some Mrs. Balls.
So this is the chutney.
This is the chutney. I'd say let's start with 4 tablespoons.
Okay. That looks amazing.
Did you want to try a little bit of Mrs.
Yeah,
Balls?
of course I do.
So this is just plain. It's not a. You can get Mrs. Ball's spicy chutney.
God damn, I want to put that all over like a pork tenderloin with bacon.
I have it
lovely.
with French fries.
Okay.
Like I have it with everything. A sandwich with like if you do a toasty, you
Yeah.
do this with the toast, like
Okay.
a toasted cheese. Right, now I'm going to go easy on this because it marinades, it ups the
Okay.
spice.
So this is the Durham masala.
Yeah, so this is. You can use any curry powder,
Okay.
but this is what I'm used to.
Well, we can certainly get the. We can, get it Durban masala, of course, but any curry powder would do,
Any
even a
curry
yellow
powder.
curry.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Okay, I'm just going to add 1.5. Probably just. Okay, now what we do is we mash it all up. You want everything coated.
And you were saying you're going to store. We would call this a dressing for the salad,
Well,
right?
salad, yeah.
And so you'll store this separately from the pasta
Yeah.
until it's time to eat.
To dish up, yeah.
Then you marry. Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll drain the pasta, put a little bit of olive oil to just stop it sticking together.
Correct. Yeah.
Put it in a whatever bowl I'm going to use to serve the pasta in.
Okay.
And then when it comes to serving, I just take this out the fridge and mix everything together.
Okie doke.
Now, I'm just going to give it a quick taste test. You're not going to get any other heat at this stage. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of a heat.
Okay.
Just leave some pasta.
This goes overnight. The heat and the sweetness will continue to intensify. Then you add the pasta before serving. That stretches it all out, gives it that starchiness, and it's delicious eating. So if the taste test is any indication, these flavors are going to be brilliantly bright tomorrow. So we'll check back then.
So yes, this is
The next day and this is South African summer salad, right?
That's correct.
Okie dokie.
So it's been marinating. Now what I'm going to do is just make sure
Get your pasta kind of
Just,
loosened up.
loosen up a bit. It's
So what's in
basically
your sauce?
peaches, mayonnaise, chutney. Then we're just going to mix it through. We're going to do a taste test to see how hot it is.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Actually, no, there is. There is actually. Oh no!
It'll be fine.
Yeah. And the peppers.
Peppers.
I think it's going to be pretty refreshing. Where's the carrots? All right, so South African braai. All right, so great. You started this fire with charcoal and what earlier this morning?
No, so we basically just started with wood
Yeah.
and a fire lighter.
Okay,
Simple as that. We've got some charcoal, we've got some coals going, but because of the type of wood, it's not the traditional South African wood that's got either, your rooikrans or kameel.
okay,
We needed some harder charcoal just to make good
Okay.
coals initially. So we've chucked some charcoal on top of it,
Yeah.
and the charcoal will start, smoking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It'll start glowing. Then we'll do our first braai, and then we'll rinse and repeat.
Okay. All right. Now, is it typical that these are done on we'd call this a 50-gallon drum?
Yeah, yeah.
I know it's not probably 50 gallons in, real measurement. And you made this, right, Ray? So
part of it, a friend of mine assisted me with the welding of the frame.
okay.
And then the way we've constructed it, because the drums don't last very long,
Correct.
They rust out. As you can see, we've done the bolts in. The bolts help the grill stay as well.
Gotcha.
And so now, if the drum deteriorates, I can quickly whip that out, put another one, and give it a quick spray.
So the frame can maintain.
Yeah.
You can replace the actual drum part,
Yeah,
right?
the
when you
frame
need
is
to.
galvanized and painted,
Gotcha.
so that's not going to rust. But the drums are what you probably call it disposable, right?
Consumable.
Yeah.
Consumable.
Yeah. So this is pretty common in South Africa, right? Or in the southern part of Africa?
Oh
or-
yeah, especially look, everybody or most people will have a normal drum braai.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get these real fancy ones now that come out with fire boxes that you can then feed your coals down and continuously keep them going. But
Yeah.
traditionally, you walk to someone's house or get to someone's house, 9 out of 10 times someone's got some kind of a drum braai outside there. Yep.
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
accessible to everybody. It's like a lot of people there don't have the money to buy the expensive stuff.
Right.
And the Webbers and so on and so forth. And we traditionally in South Africa we don't do gas.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
You will
Sure.
very rarely find a gas barbecue in South Africa. You will, but traditionally it's fire. It's the process of the braai that
Okay.
getting family together, getting friends together. It's a long process. It's not a quick. So in New Zealand, you'll go around to a friend's place for a barbecue, and it's a few beers. It's smash the gas on, cook the meat, and then 20
And everybody's
minutes
home
is done,
by 8,
and it's
right?
Over here, we drag this. It's more of an occasion than anything else.
Yeah. Okay.
So this barbecue structure is affordable to anybody who
Gotcha.
can find a drum, right?
And just as point of reference, we're filming at about 8:30 in the morning, and fire's been going for at least over an hour.
Yeah, the fire's been going for how long now? Yeah, about 2 hours, and then we've chucked the charcoal on. As I
Right.
said.
Cool.
And to put it in perspective, we've got about 70 million people in South Africa.
Yeah.
Half of those people will go, Jesus, Grant, what are you doing here?
Yeah. Right. Everybody's got their own opinion.
Everybody's got their own opinion.
Sure.
How to make the fire, what to do, what type of braai to have, what to put on the fire, how to cook. Do you want to cook a la carte? Do you want to cook just plain
Yeah.
meat and 3 veg, whatever the case is. So it's very much just up to you. And as Ray said, being around everybody, having a beer and having a chat.
Right.
Yeah.
So can we talk a little bit about what meat we're cooking today?
Sure.
Yep,
Do we
yep.
know?
Well, so far the idea is what we'll put on is to start it off with a little bit of chicken nibbles, and we'll
Yeah.
put it on. We'll put it on this puppy over here, which is in Afrikaans is called a rooster,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
we'll squeeze it into here. Basically, once I've opened it up, we'll put down my beer. We'll squeeze it into here. Let me do that properly. Put the chicken nibbles in there, close
Okay.
it up, put it down, and then turn.
Flip them as they go. Okay.
Nice and easy, and then that'll be a little bit of a starter. We'll put on some cheese sausages, things like that, and then we'll probably kick over to the thing called Boerewors, which is a thick traditional South African sausage.
Okay.
And then your chops, your lamb chops, steak, as we go, just whatever we want at that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we've also got the peri-peri corn,
Yes.
which we'll do
Yeah.
as well. So as well as the meat, there's a couple of other things that we're doing on the barbecue as well.
Gotcha. Not to mention the massive amount of things that are going on in the kitchen right now as well,
yep.
right? So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to grab a beer,
Absolutely.
turn this off, and
So yeah, we've got 4 ears of corn here.
yeah.
What I generally will do is I will get the ear side up, right? Just give them a rinse. Well, it's not really a rinse, it's more about getting moisture inside them.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So getting as much moisture in them as we can. Right? And what we want to do is, to save time on the grill, we pop them in the microwave, and we will pop them in the microwave for 4 minutes per corn. Right?
Okay.
So 4, 8, 16. So 16 minutes in the microwave. I'll just grab a cloth here quickly so I don't make a mess. And we will jam them straight in the microwave, just like that. And go. There we go. Then we'll come and revisit those later.
All right. Perfecto.
Okay, so microwave is done. We're gonna snag these bad boys. Whoop. Pop them down here. So you don't want to spend all day just peeling these little guys off,
Yeah.
right? So what we do is we cut just above where the stalk was, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You just cut that off. And then what you want to do is just grab it with a cloth. Remember to be safety conscious. And then give it a squeeze, right?
Shut up.
Yep. There we go.
Not
Chuck that
a
aside.
single piece of silk on that, y'all.
Nope. Grab our next one.
You know, I gotta admit, right, I was damn skeptical about nuking the corn and it all comes out of the thing. I wasn't quite sure I believed you.
Proof is in the pudding.
But I believe you.
How
So
I
we're
like
gonna, we're gonna put these on the grill. We're gonna season with anything. We got.
We are going to do peri-peri and butter.
Oh yeah,
Peri-peri sauce with butter.
It's one with
that is brilliant.
And we just chop them
I'm really
down.
impressed. And I mean, for all intents and purposes, they're really cooked. So
They are
we're
absolutely.
going on the grill for the flavor and to set the sauce.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly what we're doing.
Okie doke.
you know, that's
What about that?
Then we're ready for the basting.
All right. We'll pick it up there. All right, we're gonna do a peri-peri basting sauce, right?
Yep. So what we don't.
Mild Nando's, right?
Yep.
Brilliant. Got it.
So here we're not prepping the peri-peri sauce from scratch.
Right.
We're just going to use the store-bought traditional South African stuff. We're going to throw ourselves some butter in there.
Holy moly.
We're going to get ourselves some peri-peri sauce in there. And then all we're going to do there is we're going to pop this in the microwave for maybe
Get
30
everything
seconds.
melt together and stir, all right?
Just going to mix that up.
How she doesn't put with rolling rice.
We'll head out to the grill, I think.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Put your meat, you kind of get that going. Then on top of the meat, you start adding all your onions, your meat, you do that. Then you start adding veggies and quite coarse cut veggies. You layer it, then you throw the sauce over the top, close it, and you just feed it for like 6 or 7 hours. You just
Brilliant.
feed it, right? Problem with that is, if you do start drinking and stuff like that, the 6 or 7 hours become 13 hours,
Right.
and the food becomes soup. But the best soup you'll ever taste.
Fair enough, that, right?
Best soup you'll ever taste.
Grant,
Yes,
if you need anything from me,
yes,
log a ticket.
yes, I will. I will. If you don't have an axe, baby. Let's go. Let's do it that way. Yeah. Nail it.
Caveman.
Me make fire, you chop wood. Done. And let's
Yeah.
just do this one in half, and then we're gonna have enough kindling. We're done. Brilliant.
This is called South African ingenuity.
Or boer maak 'n plan.
Yeah.
Or boer verloor 'n vinger, which is boer loses a finger.
It's
Done.
emergency room.
Good. I'm happy. This is done. I have made 2 holes over here.
Yeah.
Taken 2 of these puppies all the way through.
Okay.
Instead of having the grid up here to dry on,
Right.
I've cut the grid to the size and I've lowered it to about here. And then I've got some fire bricks on them.
Gotcha.
So what
Okay.
that means is my fire is about this high,
All right.
and then it's got a flat surface, and I can start using this thing. What happens here is, I'll show you, make it easy on the ground, but if you don't have anything built in already like most people do, you could basically make a braai here, and you can go, okay, well now I'm at this height,
Got it.
now I'm at this height.
Oh, okay. So you control your heat
So
through
you control
the height
heat
off.
through the
Yeah.
height. You don't have to wait for it to get to a certain place.
Yeah, yeah.
If it dies out, you drop it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this isn't going to work here because I've just tried it. And I can't open it wide enough, right? And I can turn it this way, it might work, but then I can't get the handle in.
Yeah,
So
fair.
I'm going to get the piping hot, and put that puppy on top where it is, and we'll just do it on there and just get more fire.
Right on.
Yep.
Okie doke.
Initially, it's actually quite good, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll do that. I'll start some coals in that one.
Yeah.
Because then, and I can start a bit of a fire here.
Yeah.
That's why I did it on the one side.
Yeah.
And then we go, let's cook it. If it gets too little, we just pick it up, we chuck some of those coals in. In fact, I'm going to do that right now.
Oh, Grant, explain to Braxton the heat test.
Well, it depends. Which is your heat is compared to...
Yeah, no.
That's the
Because
whole
normally
thing.
we'll do a test with the hand and
Yeah.
keep your hand for X amount of seconds.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
That's generally.
The other side is obviously your chickens,
Yeah.
your stuff that you really want to cook well but not kill.
Yeah.
You know, you probably you want to get your coals hot, but you start high. That's why you know that thing. So you can start
Right,
high,
right,
go
right.
lower. But your steaks again, obviously, once
You
got
want
hot,
it
just
seared
want to
shit,
fire
yeah.
it, you want to bang on, bang off. So
Yeah.
you kind of try, and that's why it's nice to be able to adjust it.
Adjust, yeah.
I was saying to him now, all this thing needs is another brace over here, and you get a thick gauge round pole that gets welded to it. You get another round pole that goes in so it can swivel, and then you have a thing like this made that can then just swivel. A boer maak 'n plan.
There's a saying in South Africa in Afrikaans which goes a boer maak 'n plan.
Yeah.
Right? Which means a farmer makes a plan. And that is the South African aesthetic.
And that's how we're talking about a microphone stand going somehow in here
Somehow,
as
and
a
you know
rack
what's-
support.
the other
I'm
thing
loving the idea. I mean,
sometimes the plan is totally bullshit.
yeah, fair
It just
enough.
won't work. But you go, hey, okay, we tried it.
Especially after a couple of beers, friends.
Well, you know, we got 2 more coming apparently, so you know.
So I am off to saw in half a microphone stand.
All right.
Cool, you do that. I will start just prepsing.
Just be careful, huh?
Yes. Please be careful.
Yeah, be careful. We don't want anybody going to the emergency room.
Exactly. You heard about him shocking himself on the electric fence, right?
Yes, I did hear that one.
It was when I found out he was okay, I laughed.
And you had to,
my ass
you know,
off,
take
man.
the piss
It was
out of him.
I could just see it, like you know that Windows, I think it was Windows 10 or maybe even Windows 95 when it closed off, it went no.
Yeah.
I just remember. I thought I saw him going, getting shocked like that, and his body going no.
Yeah. These are gonna be good.
Oh, listen, we found these and what's the thing? They store bought. We haven't done anything with them. But
Perfect.
it was like a good little, eat off the braai. We love it.
Big drug.
Grant,
Yes.
would 2 lengths like that be good enough? 2?
How would you? So what we're going to do is we obviously that won't be long enough to fit.
Can we
like
go
that to
this
drop
way?
it. We can go that way, but then the only problem is if we do that, we then have to have some form of grid that fits on it. You don't want to cut this, do you? That's the thing.
I was going to drill holes and just plug this through so this can go at least 1 level lower. Might be a waste of time, just an idea.
I think no. So okay, yeah. So sorry.
For the meat, I'm happy to sacrifice this.
I tell you what. Before we go and sacrifice it, let's just check what this does.
Okay.
And then we use that as plan 2. Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
I'm just gonna make like a little mini.
It's like cut.
Yeah.
Those look beautiful.
I'm making them a bit. Yeah, no, they're right. This is a pretty short one, so I'll cut them a little, make them a bit shorter.
Grant, what would you say the ingredients are on this?
So it's normally a mix of pork and beef.
Yeah.
At probably 40, 60, whatever.
Okay.
And then a good amount of fat. The key of
Okay.
this is a lot of fat, and then depending on your coriander tolerance and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people like a really good amount of coriander.
Okay.
Some people don't. And it's your salt, pepper, that kind of thing. It's a very plain thing. There's nothing heavy in it, anything like that. There we go. Actually, what I'll do is...
And the casings, are they natural?
the casing,
Intestine?
natural
Yeah.
intestine casings. And yeah, I try to make it myself, but I mince it too fine. When the time I did it, I just
Gotcha.
minced it way too fine. Going quicker now. So, just check these. I see they're starting to pop a little bit, so I think these are almost ready. Or basically ready.
So you'll find that with the dried Boerewors and stuff like that we showed you, and
Yeah.
the dried vars and the biltong, coriander is a very
Yeah.
key component of flavors. So
And for the US, that is going to be cilantro.
Right, gotcha.
Burn everything, but everything was like, yeah, it was definitely cooked.
Yeah.
But I was like, so, you know, I always kind of risk is it slightly under? Because I can always put it back on. Versus, no, this is, you know, somewhere out in the Arizona desert kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
There we go for it.
Should we shoot that, dude?
Yeah,
I think shoot that nearly thing. So that's that.
Get this sausage on. And
Not everybody does the turny thing. I like it because then it keeps the juice in each one when you just cut it.
That's you doing the right thing there.
There you go. It's got like a few heights, so with a thicker thing you don't want to squeeze it too much, so you chuck it in maybe the second one. Yeah, no, maybe even the top one, to be honest. Yeah, no, she's good.
Yeah, for that.
She's good, and off we go.
Right. Right, so we're going to do equal parts water
All right.
to equal parts cornmeal.
Okay.
So, we'll
And what's the name of this again?
there's various names for it. So in Afrikaans it's millipap or krummelpap, depending on the texture. In Zulu it's putu, which is P-U-T-U.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a maize meal base, similar to what people would use mashed potatoes or rice.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's usually made. You normally serve a tomato onion gravy over the top.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
So
And you said it's a 2-to-1, right?
it's 1-to-1.
1-to-1.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of South Africans will argue. Everybody's got their own way of doing this.
Right.
And so have I. So you might, if you get some South Africans in the comments, they'll probably lose all their ships across the ocean.
Fair enough.
But yeah, if there's a million ways of doing this,
Okay,
and
now.
none of them are wrong.
Your way is right. You're using Springbok Super Meal, which is a good start.
Yeah.
100% good start.
Or
I don't know
Ace. Ace is another good South African one.
about- Actually, yes, you're right. Yes.
So yeah, pretty much equal parts. So here's the trick, right?
Okay.
We're going to bring that down a little bit
Yeah.
because it's at the boil now. And then what you want to do is you don't want to mix it. You want to make a mountain in the middle,
Okay.
like that.
Got it.
Close enough.
Got it.
Then you want to pop your lid on there,
Okay.
and you want to leave that for, I would say, maybe 5 minutes
Okay.
on boil. And then what we're going to do is we're going to reduce it down to a simmer. Maybe on this stove, maybe at 2, right?
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah, we'll come back in a little while and have a look.
All right. Right on.
Get into this. Okay, so we've come back a little bit later. And now we're going to get in here with the spoon, and we're really going to get in there. And that's the texture you want, right? A little bit of a crust on the bottom.
Got it.
Just get that like that. Get it spaced out a little, right?
That reminds me a lot of what we call grits at home.
Could very well be, dude.
You know.
So now we're going to bring this chappy right down to, I'm going to bring it down to 2. And we're basically then just going to let it steam.
Gotcha.
And then we will come back later.
Okay.
And every now and then we'll give it a stir.
And then you can start doing it. Yeah, do it directly on there. Give it a go.
All right. So the debate is whether the actual Braai coals are hot enough for the corn. We're going to give it a go, and if it isn't, then we just fire up the Weber.
Okay, I need some tongs, I think.
Here we go. We'll do it here. You have now become the tongue master.
Oh,
That's an honor.
I'm hoping it's hot enough. I think it may be. Then
I think it will be.
burn it.
I think it will be more than hot enough.
Yep.
By the way, I tried one of those little cheesy sausage things in there.
Nice. Good.
It's
Good.
fucking amazing.
Actually, tell them they must climb in. You know, it's one of those things you just pick and you whatever, or we just eat once, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I think that's gonna be good.
I think
Do
this will
you
be
mind
fine,
if I OCD one thing?
Yes, sir.
Kind of just like line them up.
Go for it, please.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, man. Once again, you don't want to mess with another man's tongs.
Round one. And we're going into round two, eh?
Round two. Ding, ding.
We've all had
As
our-
Apollo Creed went. Ding, ding.
Ding.
We've had our afternoon chill out in the
Yeah.
hot tub or had a nap.
Yep.
And now we're ready for round two. This would be, what we had earlier was probably the
Snack.
of a snack or maybe a little lunch. And now
Yeah.
we're in between. Yeah, now we're into the big meal now. We're into dinner.
The blitz and the kidney. And when this puppy goes like this, then you're okay. It's the problem is when you start off with these big fucking logs, and you start with like 2 pieces of little blitz and no other kidney, it starts at dies.
Yeah.
And it's just
No, gaan ons
Ja.
lekker kuier.
Yeah. We thought so.
And it's a beef tenderloin.
It's a good piece of meat.
The kid goes to school. If no one goes round, who would know what the house is like?
Once again, no professional. Just
No,
try,
you-
just try and save as much meat as I can,
Yeah.
and take just the little piece of skin off. And I'll go back for the rest.
Where do you start?
You watch some guys do this, and they just do this in like one foul swoop. It's insane, man. It's
Well,
like-
you know, if you did it all day long, every day, you
I
get
suppose.
there, right?
Yeah, I
You know,
suppose.
but-
Yep. I just want to keep as much meat there as I can. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
That's my goal. It's like I ain't giving anybody any meat here. Dude, this is quite a nice knife, my man. Very nice knife. Another good song there. Eh? I can see why you put them on your arm, buddy.
You're doing this like a pro.
I can see why you put them. Thank you. I can see why you put them on that arm of yours.
Oh, yeah.
Such a good band. Eh?
Man, they're mine. I grew
And,
up with
and it's
them.
fun. It's funny that you got that specific one. As I said, I literally listened to Violator 2 or 3 days ago. Literally.
Oh, Grant, you're doing a good job there, dude.
He is a pro at this, man.
Yeah.
I would needed to have started this an hour ago. We'd still be another hour of me getting this done.
Well,
Problem is with this piece here, this is the shit. I've always hated. You get this piece, and this is like the end piece. But because it runs
Yeah.
almost all the way through, that's when I go, all right, I've reached this point now.
well,
What now? You know?
generally we'll use that cut there probably.
Exactly.
For fry and
Well, that's what we do exactly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop it off right there.
Yeah, there you go.
And so we got
cut
that
us some
piece.
decent sized steaks. I
That's
guess.
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn him this way, check it out. And as I say, I don't know what I normally do like the 3 finger.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Exactly what you do. dude.
You sure?
That's what I'll learn from
Okay,
you,
cool.
so.
So we got that. It's giving us a few good steaks here, that's for sure.
That was a good cut.
So if we go like that, just flatten it out a bit. That gives us
Let's get a whole bunch of this in here. Whoop. And what I like to do now is get a little bit of liquid smoke as well. That should be more than enough.
Yeah.
Just mix that up a little. And we just coat those steaks.
Sort of a little marinade action going on.
Yeah, so we'll leave it for a bit because we want that salt to do its
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, exactly.
And what we'll do is we'll save some of this when it's on the fire as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Just give it a little bit of a bath with that as well. So
this is a fire, you know, that kind of thing. We're close to a really good steak on this
That's
puppy.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 3-minute aside steak right
Yeah,
there.
that's what I'm
exactly
saying.
what
That's
we're
for
saying.
sure.
So
That's
once we've
what
got
I'm
this
saying.
this big guy broken up,
Broken
yeah,
up,
grill on.
then we go quickly 3 minutes. We do that,
Boom.
And you need a beer?
and then yes, please. And,
Alright.
then we'll do the Boerewors and take it off, and then this will just go and do its thing. Tomato just looks amazing.
don't it? And then we've got
and
the
that smell.
cornmeal stuff going on here.
That smell.
I know. And we have got the steaks here. We have the steaks.
They should be good. I hope so. If not, that's Brai's fault.
Absolutely. And the farmer sausage and the potato bake, the coleslaw, and that's going to be the summer salad in there, isn't it?
That is indeed.
Summer salad. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, gonna chow down. So there you have it, guys. A traditional Southern braai. I want to thank Ray and Tracy and Grant and Christine for their hospitality, kind of let me in to their world here as it pertains to cooking out. This is one of those life experiences. You come to New Zealand to cook South African food, hell yeah, I'm all about exploring that. So I will leave a link to Ray's music catalog. Go check it out. His Twitch stream, go check that out. And as well as a video of some other aspect of New Zealand that I just don't know what that is yet. Hit the subscribe button, hit like, share the video, smash the notification bell so you're notified when the next chapter of New Zealand comes up. Cheers, kids.